Testing, testing. Alrighty. All by myself. Hey, Grizz is finally on. Talking to chat, so he's not in the voice yet. Of course, my internet's being horrible. But hopefully it's not too bad.
Hello.
Oh, hey, good for you to drop on in.
Hey, I mean, I'm the first one here, first to the party.
Yeah, I linked the Attack on Titan animation. It's not specifically, I mean, it's featuring Attack on Titan, but it's more just about anime in general in your server.
Just broadly?
Yeah, about how it can never end.
Well, I mean, that's how a story works. When
No,
it ends, they have
stories
to make a
ends.
new one.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. Or you
And
just,
new ones are expensive.
or you just have a kid.
I mean, yeah, Boruto, wildly successful, as everybody knows.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure within it, it's not as breakout as Naruto, but I'm pretty sure within its community, it's not a bad show from what I hear. It's just because people are like, there's so much Naruto.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're bringing back Naruto.
Well, yeah, because he's old and he's the Hokage there now.
No. They're bringing back Kid Naruto, the show.
Oh, like just a remake?
I don't know. It's I think they're just adding
I
more
guess
to it.
they saw how successful it was rebooting superhero movies. Time to start rebooting. Let's get One Piece restarted fucking again.
Wait, what do you mean again? It's never stopped.
I just got real frustrated with the American stuff. I swear
Oh.
they re-released the American releases with new voice actors and new we're doing One Piece again 3 or 4 times, and I'm just so fucking sick of the first seasons of One Piece.
Oh, I mean that's because it keeps getting localized. Like the first localization.
Yeah, I just pick one, or just start after the time skip. Somebody's got to start a fresh Naruto release over here in America post time skip, just to say,
So,
listen,
Just pull
we
a
all
Dragon
know
Ball
what
Z.
happened up to here. Exactly. Who nobody watched fucking Dragon Ball, and there's a reason for that. We didn't need to. Dragon Ball was so steeped in fucking Chinese mythology that nobody would understand shit.
No, man. I love Dragon Ball. I reread it every year almost. Well, I haven't for the past couple of years because I've been too busy.
That's fair, but you are also steeped in Chinese and Japanese folklore.
What?
Yeah, nerd. You fucking nerd.
Says you fucking PNG.
What? The hell?
I'm getting
did I
made fun
miss?
of for being a ping. Don't let him do it, Blade.
Pronounced GIF.
Oh damn! You gonna let him call you a GIF like that?
No, well, he pronounced it right at least.
Oh, so we all agree that it's GIF?
Yeah, I'm a GIF. I'm a GIFer.
Peanut butter.
Mom's like you choose it. Now we're just waiting for Ray's Chinese food, I guess.
I
guess
suppose
so.
so. I called the restaurant and told them make it extra spicy. So
I made Chinese food.
And you were streaming some Pokemon earlier, completely ignoring us. Both of us talking to you in the chat.
You both were? I saw you.
yeah, I was there too. Just a few chats.
Ah.
Yeah, I told
Then
him
I,
to get in there.
that's when I noticed. Oh, he doesn't know people are in chat, and I muted it and started playing a video game and then fell asleep. In that order.
I don't check my stream chat ever because I'm in a VC talking with other people.
Oh yeah,
Come on.
I brought this up to my chat earlier today in my coffee stream. I however pronounce doggy the appropriate way. D-O-G-E. The meme. I will die on this hill. It is pronounced doggy, not doge.
It's Doge.
No. It is doggy.
No, it's gonna be.
It's definitely Doge.
Here's the hill. Here's my gravestone. I will sit here.
I mean, here's my hill. Just call it a fucking dog. Don't call it a
Well,
fucker.
that I am. It
Don't
is
call
a
it a
doggy.
Doge.
It is a doggy. It is dog with E on the end. Sweet little doggy.
Can I join? Why can't I pick a color?
You're still loading in. No, you're in. Huh, that's weird.
No. It takes forever. It took me I had clicked the color and then sat there for a minute for it to load. To
Stupid.
assign me. I think something happened in one of the game updates because we don't have more stuff on the table or anything.
Yeah, I can
Think so.
try to relaunch the server if that's
Well,
becoming
no,
an issue.
it'll function. You'll see it soon enough. You just got to give it an irritating amount of time.
Yeah, no. I should probably get some water.
My
Some water real
internet
quick and see if this thing's
being
finished.
shit. My internet's being shit too. Oh well, while we're waiting for Ray and the tables being bad, maybe I'll just restart my router. Oh yeah, how do you say meme?
Oh, meme is meme, but that's because it's based on memetics.
Right, that's why they're memes.
Solid. That's solid. I'm willing to adopt. Convince me of your meme ways. I might be willing to adopt this one.
Oh no, I'm just trying to see if I could trigger Volgare.
Dang.
I think Mime would
Oh
be
boy,
the worst way.
Mimi. I like looking at the internet memes.
Yeah, there you go. Memes. Oh, hey, Ray's here. Oh, Grizz is finally loading in. My internet seems...
Hey Ray, when you do art, do you have to do some ray tracing?
Man, I might have enough time to do 2 of these today.
No way.
I'm gonna go grab some water bottle. We'll wait for Blade to get back and for you to load it.
I'm back. I lived. Conrad, I will watch this video at a later time. I see it here now. Oh boy.
yeah.
That's a hell of a freaking
Thumbnail?
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
All right. So, Ray is logging in, or, getting connected because Tabletop Simulator's being dumb. So, last session... Fuck, what did we do last session? Okay, so we did some bookkeeping last session, right? We set the boat off to do some treasure hunting. We got the boat, right? That was the big thing. We got the boat on a boat.
Yeah.
And we headed back.
Now we
to
need a little
town.
cart for the boat.
I don't think we did really anything that we said we were going to do between sessions. We did a little bit, so that's good. So yes, between sessions, we decided to talk about using legend lore on the Drop of Death.
Yay!
So you were
I'm
all
so
sitting
pro
around.
this.
Yeah, you were all sitting around a little table. Ray had a book out so that he's ready to write down.
For what it's worth,
The
we've gotten
lore.
ourselves a private room.
Yes. A private room, a big book to write down the lore. And so Ray casts the spell. And what? And yeah, you guys just see him slump down over the book. Just face right in the book. But just a second later.
I'll look to Blade and be like, "Is this normal? I haven't cast this spell."
Yes, I think so.
Okay, good.
And
Then we just do nothing and give it time.
yeah, so like it's only like he's only down for like while you're saying that he pops back up. And yeah.
I'm like, is it normal though for Legend Lore to do that?
I don't know. Has it ever happened before, Ray? You're the only one that casts it.
This is the first time ever casting it though.
No, you've cast it before.
Legend Lore?
Yeah, you used Legend
No, I
Lore
haven't.
on. You've used it.
You did. Definitely did.
I was talking about using a Legend Lore, but never actually used it.
No, you definitely did. I think you used it on Drakash.
You use Legend Lore and your ability to cast Legend Lore.
Yeah, we didn't use it on Drakath.
You used it once.
What about like in his library? Maybe it was in there.
It was on something. I can't
Remember when we were
what.
ransacking in like the undead zone and we got in there and then got past all the screaming zombies and all past all the normal zombies and then we found his library, which I think we might have destroyed.
So the reason why we didn't use Legend Lore is because we didn't know if any of the materials we had was part of Jakash's.
Right, but you could just use it on his name. That you're thinking
Yeah.
scrying.
Yeah, we use. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, so we never even used it.
I'm pretty sure you used it, but all right. All right, so but yeah, I mean, typically from what you know of the spell, which I guess isn't too much if you've never used it before, but yeah, it's typically just information.
And basically it's just like information just transferring to your brain.
What are we gonna get the
Yeah.
chemical composition? One part death, 2 part oxygen.
Well, I already told him what happened when he cast it. So
Well, you gonna tell us? Not.
Oh,
not
yeah,
You. I'm
yeah.
looking at Ashton. Huh?
I have to read it real quick. Alright. Alright. So after I casted it, you see me slump down, and then I hear a voice that shakes my mind. And it says, I see you there. And then I woke up. So what does that say, Crucible?
Are you sure you cast the spell right? Here, let me see the scroll. That doesn't sound like information at all. And I assume the scroll like burned up and evaporated, so I can't see it.
Yes.
I just like, oh yeah, that's definitely gone. Oh, yeah, I don't know, maybe. It's not like explain to me Legend Lore. It's not part of my traditional repertoire. How precisely does it work?
Good question.
I wish we had established that while the scroll was still here to tell us. Could you elaborate? Like, what? Is it a scrying spell? Does it look at something? I thought it was just meant to garner like any information about it.
It's supposed to bring like a brief summary. And it's supposed to be of like current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore. But the fact that the being, whatever, says "I see you there" instead, just makes it even confusing. But I asked Crucible, like, what does that mean? You said you wanted to end death, right? Well, death just said, "I see you there."
I won't lie, I'm a little confused. You're certain it's Death that said that? Maybe a keeper? Because I wasn't feeling quite sure that it was representative of an actual entity. But I suppose, like the cultural zeitgeist. Curious. This lends potential. If there's an entity, that means it can be defeated.
I
Uh-huh.
understand that you want to defeat death.
Oh well, yes. I've experienced enough of this tragic cutting short of lives. I seek to end that.
But think about it this way.
I won't, but carry on.
Okay, so what happens if you get rid of death?
Uh-huh.
What happens then?
Cross that bridge when we get there.
You should probably think about what happens after you get rid of death.
That's not how a doer does, you see.
So doesn't
My objective, listen, there's nothing that like ends that is worse than he sort of gestures to the broad one. Everyone and everything you see here dying and vanishing. I am going to save them all.
what if? Well, remember me.
Okay.
So if death
Uh-huh.
doesn't exist, everyone lives forever.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you're achieving?
I suppose.
So, in theory,
Uh-huh.
if people who do not die populate, that means there's more people who live forever, which means they populate, and more people live forever, and then eventually the entire world is filled with people, and there's not enough
mean-
resources to do anything.
There's a lot of ants, right? Have ants conquered the world? No.
No.
I believe in mortality's ability to find a solution to that problem.
You would have to
And
have.
perhaps even my own. There are other planes, and he gestures skyward, even one that's gone upwards. Perhaps when you believe that the material plane is run low on space, then we will go elsewhere.
I'm not sold.
Well, how about I pay you 10,000 gold to help? Huh?
Par.
This ain't sarcasm. I can garner 10,000 gold. I'll need maybe a year to finish scraping everything together, but I can make this work. If you won't follow my objectives, perhaps you'll, be a mercenary. I'm game for that. Listen, I don't need you to be. I don't ask you to be like a worshiper of Paylor. I know you two have your own strength and your own might to follow, but I mean, I still got things I want to do, and I'm willing to pay to see them done. And he sort of pinches his fingers and does that, except the metal fingers, so it makes like a real scraping sound.
I doubt you don't really need to hire me. It's just trying to figure out your thought process of this.
Well, let me tell you my tragic backstory. It's the time. It's what every player waits for.
I actually like those kind of things.
I do too. I just suck at
You-
doing it.
Please do tell us.
You see, what I was crafted hold on. I actually wrote down what my actual temple was. I want to track it down because I thought it was a pretty cool one. I liked it. It was in one of my Conrad chats.
Okay, let me get some backstory music going.
I'm still scrolling. Sorry. I blather a lot at Conrad when I actually talk, and then I go like 2 weeks without saying a thing.
Only when I need you to tell me stuff.
Yeah, that's the important part. I wait for that.
What are you looking for? I can help you look for it.
I'm trying to remember. So when Crucible introduced himself to the like head priest of that of the church, like in the like last remaining like Paylor church place, he said that was from this inquisitorial like convent, this place.
Oh, Blackstone.
And but the convent of the Blackstone something. Well, either way. I'll bullshit it. I'll bullshit it. Retreating back to the table. Yay! Okay, hold on.
You were in the Church of Light, located at Blackstone. You were the inquisitorial, basically arm branch of the church.
An inquisitorial arm, born into it under a noble cardinal, who acted as a father, teaching me everything I know about the church. We pursued many criminals and many cultists worshipping dark forces, and saved many a people, and garnered just as many enemies. But in the end, through the slow tick of time, we bested things, but it was not our foes that undid us, but time itself. My master, a mere human, hit the young age of 89 and passed away in his sleep. No spell I could cast nor healing could do a thing. And I swore then, I will not let that happen. Not to ones I care about. And recently, not to anyone. That I guess wasn't in character. That was me being like, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Thus my pursuit. Admittedly, it was more of a goal to distract myself as time went on, perhaps in the act of mourning, but the further I've gone, the more actualizable it became. The more power I was given, the more Pelor blessed me, the more I knew he supported my cause. So I knew I must continue. I will save this world.
But why do you want to save it, though?
Every life has value.
But
And
while every life does have value, do some have more than others?
what a thing to say. Of course, yes, they're character levels.
My own character level.
Yeah. Higher level means more value, of course.
So someone's stronger?
No. I actually have a funny opinion on the idea of might makes right. Because the people who run that ideology always seem to think that they're the strongest, but they always forget that they're not, and then they're killed and their ideology toppled.
But what if they live forever anyways, and they can't be killed?
They can be tied up, tossed in concrete. There are many creative solutions that mortals have come to. And I'm sure
Much
we'll
better
see
than
many
death.
more. My goal wasn't to stop suffering. Suffering's someone else's job.
So you want...
My goal is to stop death.
But stopping death means you're putting the fate of everything into someone, like, one side outsmarting the other.
Into the hands of Pelor.
But they can't
the
die.
gods still exist.
Yeah,
They
so it means
still
divine
leverage their
intervention
holy
to
might.
kill somebody. But death itself is a god. Death is beyond a god.
We don't know that yet. We can't be sure. All we know is that it exists now. That's new information. Not even Pelor could tell me more of that when I had prayed to him. Not even the finest of clerics who I've spoken to could tell me one thing about this conceptual death entity. This is exceptionally curious.
It also depends on, do you mean like a natural death, or do you mean a intentional death?
I'm going to need you to clarify. What death is more natural than a knife to the neck?
That is not natural. That is someone putting a knife in your neck, or your own knife into your own
You
neck.
don't die from a knife to the neck. You die from blood loss. You die from trauma. You die from the body failing, not from the knife. And therefore, I'm going to cause that body to continue operating.
Even though you have a knife in your neck and you die from blood loss.
Well, there's going to be a stop in that sentence.
Pardon?
There's going to be a knife in your neck, and you'll have blood loss.
Yeah, so you won't die if you get rid of death.
Precisely.
But why would you... So basically you're leaving death entirely to the gods.
Well, no. Presumably, if I do this right, the gods won't be able to kill anybody either, but they'll still be able to punish people. They're gods. They're very mighty. You think being tortured, like tormented in Pelor's flame for eternity, is not a punishment?
Yeah.
Likewise,
but
I'm sure there's tempest gods. Maybe they'll make you the windy on you or something. Whatever.
really,
I'm not interested in what they're up to.
it would get to the point where the gods would have to directly intervene with a lot of things.
I think you're making a lot of assumptions here.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but yes, necessarily. We don't know anything about this. We don't even know if this entity is something that is in a place we can access. I think is the biggest goal. Because if it's an entity and it can think, that means it can be targeted. It can be identified. I have more optimism right now than I have in the last 50 years.
Don't go in this like headstrong plan.
Well, that's why I'm seeking the expertise of you two. Possibly the two mightiest people on this continent besides myself. I'm pretty sure if the three of us wanted to, we could beat up the head of Philadelphia. Just throwing it out there. Maybe not kill, but I think we could whoop them a little bit.
We could beat the crap out of most people.
Precisely why I seek your expertise. If there's any groups who would be more capable of this, I cannot think of them.
Let's say you, Ashton.
I mean, I'm just here for the amusement.
Pretty sure it
I wanna
cause
see it.
chaos.
Yeah.
I was planning to set aside 10K for you, too. You down? 10K? Easy peasy. Even if you were coming along anyway.
I mean, what's our company's worth now? Like 170,000?
Where are you getting
Yeah,
this
I
10,000 gold from, anyways?
What's petty change, right?
How are you going to pay us that 10,000?
A little bit of
gold
walking
anyways?
around money, just in case you see something at the store you like. Some pearls.
There's like literally nothing that Graves would probably need at this point.
Yeah, that's the trouble with high-level characters. But
It's
I
just a
mean,
matter of-
that's why you got to pick an objective, like me. That's why you need something to gun for if you want to keep. Because honestly, if I wasn't trying to kill death, we're at a good end of the campaign. Honestly, we could build a thing, get some people, and just say, and then we lived.
We live to our finest.
Or
we could keep pushing ourselves more and more and more.
and then we die.
Eventually die. Or if we kill death and we don't die, and then we're basically overlords. Then at that point, almost no one can stop us. Sans divine intervention.
Through chaos.
Or not so divine intervention. Although now that I think about it, Spores would probably try to stop everyone at that point. Because that's kind of their whole thing, is making sure no one becomes too powerful. What if they
Wow.
themselves become too powerful? Dun dun dun.
Okay, so, yeah, so that's, Crucible pointed out something pretty big that, you guys didn't know if there was a death, but apparently this is a drop of death, unless it isn't, and...
I'm a little impressed. They got it at a drop of Death's Blood. Ooh, maybe that's what we'll call this, Death's Blood. I've decided the name of this substance. It's Death's Blood. That's how scientific names get done. I'm pretty sure.
Or you name it after someone. Crucible.
Yeah. Cruciblism. I call this... Actually, well, I don't really want this stuff associated with cruciblism.
Crucibite.
Unobtainium.
And, so there is one other thing you learned. Besides, that whatever it is exists.
That it sees us.
That it sees you.
That it knows we're looking for it.
That is very unsettling.
So about the town, you want to build this thing up?
Yeah. I mean, what was the plan thing for Crucible doing for a year?
He's going to cast the Temple of the Gods or whatever it is, and
Yep, and then just do other stuff in town for the rest of the day. But
What is
if you
Temple-
cast it every day for a year, you get it. It's permanent.
yeah.
Oh.
It is the same tier slot as Resurrection, but I could always upcast Resurrection.
Ah.
But yep, here it is. 1 hour a day, and it lasts 24 hours. And then it's got a lot of nice stuff, actually. Take a look. Ta-da!
Oh, in game. Let me see.
So, that's going to take a year, but also, just building up the town and, what do you want to do with it? Maybe you can start not being a drain to your money and instead start being profitable.
Yeah, I was thinking about like what's the lands around available and make that a trademark. As far as like, what animals or monsters there are to hunt, to provide, materials for other towns. As far as grain is too. And Ashton wants to open a bar, He already has that built up, but he wants to actually make his own food. That would be fun.
Yeah. And how is it all gonna happen? That's the question. And I also, I sent you guys the strongholds and followers.
I figured I'd use this year of time as well to like start the administration of the rebuilding of the church here, the uplifting of the church here, and the building of the church. This was the dwarf town, right? Yeah, this was the dwarf town. And so like those 3 points, I'm like working on the creation of. Well, I'm not building a massive magical construct like I am at Death's End.
All right, and what does that entail for Crucible?
That is going to be a lot of uses of the sending spell, and I'm gonna have to sort of design a little like I guess sort of a new structure for the church because we don't have like a reigning patriarch at the moment, right?
The one in Autrin's Gate would be technically the head priest of the church right now. Not that it's mostly just a figurehead. They don't really do too much where they need something like that,
Yeah. And I mean, those two things I feel like just if I wanted to say that's what I do for a year, I feel like you could fill up a full year of times with those things.
Yeah,
But, I mean, I'm down for other things. Like we can do adventures for sure, but I'd have to say like I've used this one spell slot and I can't go more than a day's travel from the place, more than half a day's travel, which we could probably do with teleports, easy peasy. But even so,
y'all have teleport?
I don't.
Yeah,
We haven't set that up yet.
You're the highest level spellcaster, and I don't think clerics get teleport spells.
Yeah, if we're gonna do this as well, to hire a wizard from like Philadelphia or something to do that magic circle at Death's End. That way, we could teleport between Tempest Garen, so our bard can go visit home whenever he wants.
I mean,
Since we're gonna be here for a
that
year,
sounds good for me. Do we know like a good wizard other than the one who's obsessed with Deza? Do we
That's
at
a
least know
sorcerer.
where we could find one?
I thought that was a sorcerer.
No, that guy was definitely a wizard.
Oh.
He had a book, I remember.
I don't know if y'all have not cared about anyone else. So probably not.
Yeah, we haven't found anybody else that was like wizard material like that.
Ooh. Well, then we could ask the Adventurers Guild. They might know some wizard connections.
Yeah.
I think this might be a time to tap that, because I'd say the one with the best like Adventurers Guild connection is definitely Ashton, right? You're practically a guild master at this point.
Yeah.
Why don't have you considered setting up an Adventurers Guild outpost here as its guild master?
Not so much as far as adventuring guild, but
Like, because you're gonna want Death's End to have representation there, right?
I was gonna say more of create, the own kingdom eventually. But I don't know about Adventurers Guild. I don't know yet.
Oh no, are you gonna turn on the guild? You're gonna be like, are you gonna turn like the legal guild and say like, listen, I can't trust you, filthy adventurers running around my kingdom. They're too unruly, you see.
I mean,
I would know.
I wouldn't have an outpost, not yet though. It's too soon for that. But no, I would definitely.
I mean, if you say so. I feel like there's very little that this group. I'm sorry, a new budgeting town needs more than adventurers. Someone to like run around and kill like the goblins who are moved out infesting the random hillsides and the freaking like say it's some tigers and wolf packs run around.
That's what tribe's for. Ashton Tribe does that for a living. That's what they did. That's their homeland.
Are we leaving your lands in a tribal society? Are we not feudalizing this?
What do you mean?
Are you? Well, I mean, if they're tribals, yes, but eventually, like, if we let adventurers do that, then those people will be allowed to like settle down and farm or sow or do other things than living day-to-day survival. That's how feudalism happened. When they realized that they could get together and get in a group and like farm for food instead of having to scavenge every day, that's how tribes stopped being tribes.
So they stopped being nomads.
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. Are we doing here? Because if we're gonna keep your if we're gonna keep tribal, I mean that's cool. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page.
No, they're more nomads than tribal. They're more civilized than.
Well, if they're nomads, are they going to be happy staying here? Is Death's End even going to be the place for your people?
It should be. It shouldn't be a problem.
Why would you be your home if you're nomadic?
I feel like we've got different understandings of the word nomad.
Nomadic means you do not have a permanent home.
Right. But now they do.
So they're no longer nomadic. They're tribal at that point.
Mind you, tribal and nomads usually go hand in hand because
Usually,
tribes are real
yeah.
easy to pack up and move.
Yeah, they can pack up
But
and move.
are they a stationary tribe then? Or all I'm saying is if we want to turn this into like a proper town like these guys, we're gonna need to, stop living in tents.
Well, we already are. That's what we build.
Well, okay, so we've got buildings. You're definitely not nomads anymore because you built stuff. Then
You built permanent structures.
then why are we still like tribal? Like why are people going out and hunting every day when they don't necessarily need to?
Why not?
Yeah.
You could make farms.
I mean, you could do both though.
Could.
You don't have time for both. There's only so many working young men. And plenty working young women as well, but, even so, only so many. You've got finite people to do finite things.
You would have to hunt and farm at the same time.
But the thing is, like, the population's so small, like, we don't have to worry about that right now.
Yeah.
Maybe. Do you think this population is going to be small by the end of this year? Crucible is constructing a giant tower, and mind you, I am sending invites to people. I'm trying to actively grow this town. This town's going to be like your capital. It needs to be big.
It doesn't have to be big. This has to be well.
Are you the type of person who plays Civilization and lets another city get bigger than your fucking capital?
As long as my army's fucking bigger, I don't care.
I meant
Yeah.
another of your cities. Never.
Although-
I send all the trade routes to my capital and fill it with food.
I do. I build a crap load of churches, make a ton of monks, and convert all of my enemies' stuff into my own.
I mean, that's a solid way to do it.
I always use the Spaniards, missionaries.
That said, I maintain the fact that Death's End, if we're going to use it for the plans that I think we're using it for, can't just remain like a tribal society. It's going to need businesses. It's going to need laws.
I'm gonna have to be right back real quick.
We can't rely on the Council of Elders to make the determinations when the population here hits like 5,000.
And if we want to, make this like a major thing for Paylor, if we use the strongholds and followers thing, we've got to keep him happy.
And I'm broadly pro keeping them happy. I like them being happy.
Can't
We're in
have
a good-
like.
We're in a
people-
good trade route area, especially if we can find a way to if we can devise some way to more easily than average get through that desert to Philadelphia. We could really open up trade lines there, I think.
While having a large amount of followers is a good thing, you have to also be mindful of people who are too zealous in their worship.
Or not zealous enough.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think so. You got to let the church manage its own here. You've got your own stronghold stuff to worry about, don't you?
I do.
Specifically, you're running a company. You got to be worrying about how to handle those guys.
Well, I can do that in my sleep.
Well, isn't that how what companies do right before they crash and burn from internal sabotage?
True. All it takes is
Sabotage?
one person to spoil the whole bunch.
Oh, or maybe we're more of an establishment.
Fight the establishment.
Yeah, basically, you buy a place, right? Like, so like a temple is like, it's all being provided by the god. A tower, that's like you build a tower and people come there because there's a tower and that provides defenses, and so they start building around here. But no, y'all just like said, here's
It's
a
also gonna
shit
be
ton
very
of money.
visually impressive.
Yeah, it's like, here's a shit ton of money. We're gonna build something right here.
Oh, Mutant Kingdom.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it. Those were the days.
Though to be fair, I don't think my castle is costing any money. Let me look again, but it has material. It says M on the card, but it doesn't say like any like special material cost. So
No,
I
it's
think it's
free.
just
We already looked it
yeah.
up. What is it called?
That's right.
Temple of the
Temple
Gods?
of the Gods. I remember us talking about it now. Please nobody disintegrate. Disintegrate
holy
spell
symbol.
destroys it instantly. All right, sick. Yeah, great. So
I mean, you
So,
already
yeah,
paid
it
like
doesn't
20,000
co-
gold.
oh, well, that
Yeah,
was for
remember?
like the temple in the other place, right? That was for
No, that was for this
guy.
one. No, that was for this one.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did get a lot of supplies.
So I mean, you're gonna be making this temple out of magic and then making it permanent, but you're also gonna have 20,000 gold worth of upgrades. So in the end, it's not gonna just be.
I
made
quite
out of
like
magic.
that because a lot of accoutrements, like maybe I get like the big basic stuff, and then we've got just a tremendous amount of golden and gem trim. That's the humble lifestyle of a Paylor church. I gotta trim up myself. Maybe this is the time for like a glow up of Crucible. He's already got a lot of golden gem trim, but maybe he adds a big Pope hat now too.
Well, I mean, that's so. I am not going to be here next week because I mean it's Easter, and then the week after that I'm going to Creator Clash, so I won't be there. Here, so we're gonna
Can
have.
you tell me what
a-
Creator Clash actually is? Because I
Oh.
was joking about, but I actually don't know.
Oh, Creator Clash. That's the YouTube thing that iDubbbz put together. It's all the YouTubers boxing each other.
Oh, wait, I remember. I think. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know it was about. So you're going to watch, right? Because I don't want you to get your ass beat.
Oh wow! Thanks for the confidence.
I just don't want to watch you die, Conrad.
Well, it's pay-per-view, so you'd have to pay to watch me die.
Oh, well, I can't afford that.
Exactly.
Poor.
No, I'm spending way too much on fucking Twitch subs to afford any other subscriptions.
I only have
nowadays.
like one sub on Twitch.
I actually am very cautious. So when I first got on Twitch, I was like, "Ooh, I'll sub to this," and then like 2 months later, I'm like, "Oh, I spent that much on subs? Hold on, hold on a minute
I have
here."
like a single $12 sub, and that's it.
Ooh, you
don't
got
have
the
to-
nice one.
You
I
don't
have
have
a
to.
tier too.
Nice. You don't have to sub to me. You can just pay me directly if you want.
Just hand me the cash anytime.
I'm not
Let's
joking.
look.
Shit.
We pay you in content.
Well, especially because Twitch takes 50%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So freaking Conrad followed me on Twitter. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. I was like, Blade's doing
No-
stuff because
no
I looked at
escaping.
your Twitch the other day, like a while ago, and I was like, oh wow, Blade has like never streamed, and now you're
I
streaming.
used to
again.
stream a lot.
Yeah,
Oh.
I sneaked on your YouTube from 12 years ago.
Yeah, I don't use my
Oh,
YouTube
man.
like at all.
Oh yeah, me
In the
neither.
Yeah.
days.
I hid
I've been
all of my
streaming.
old videos because they are
Yeah.
cringe
When I'm cringe, it's just, you're old.
and cringe.
Well,
Anyway.
I used to speedrun in like 2012
Yeah.
when I was
So-
23.
So we've got 2 weeks that y'all are gonna actually tell me stuff that we like to do, right? We're gonna
Yeah.
communicate in those 2
Yes.
weeks.
I like to think I've had a market improvement in these last week.
I mean, you're basically the only one that talks to me, Grizz.
That's because
I'm
you're
sorry.
on my Discord now, and I can't pretend I'm not on it anymore.
Because it's a Discord.
Oh yeah.
I do. I just started that a week ago. It's
Okay.
brand new for my Twitch. I'm very excited. I'm trying to be because I'm absolutely awful at Discords, but with this one, I'm making an active effort to improve my availability on Discords,
My problem,
and it's sort of had a splash effect on other stuff. Sorry to interrupt you there. Go ahead.
my problem is that I have too many Discords, and like a few of them I moderate. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't keep doing this.
Oh yeah, I understand that. Like I have to be like got to be very cautious, like how many commitments you take on this, because I joined a bunch and I just don't talk in any of them.
You know, one of them I've been admin for. Fuck, how long has it been? Make Discord.
I only admin 5.
2016. Yeah, I
A
admin
paltry.
one for 7 years. I hate it because I don't really do anything on it anymore. I've done my time there. I can't keep doing it.
I keep current in all my important Discord.
One of mine, I just don't like the people that much anymore.
Which one is that? Say it. Say it on stream.
That's when you leave.
Because you know what it is, Conrad.
Oh, is it that? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I hate it. It's awful.
Aw. I mean, nobody's talking in it anyway, so.
Not
All
that
right.
one. No, not that one. No,
Oh.
different one.
I have no idea then.
That's why you call me a heathen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should probably leave that one. Save your soul.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna
There's no
do it.
escaping anything on the internet anymore.
No, there isn't.
I've only found one Discord that, so you know how they've all got like the welcome page that says like, hey, this person joined. I've only seen one that had a goodbye page that told us when somebody left, and I thought that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen on a Discord.
I would not. make
Something that tells
public.
everybody when you leave the Discord.
I would hate a server like that. I hate welcome pages. in
It was
general.
I left immediately. Actually, I didn't stay.
I hate-
I saw them like new.
I hate servers like that. That like ping everybody and tell you that this person joined. I'm like, no, I don't want that.
Oh, they don't ping you at least. It's just got a page like that. But the idea that that could happen. Ooh.
Like, yeah, one server I have has a bot channel that tells when people join and leave when they get banned.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to keep that like to the admins.
Yeah, it is. It's admin only.
Oh yeah, I have that too.
Yeah. Yeah, we have like 42,000 bans.
D&D guys, D&D.
That's a lot of bands. Oh, well, D&D is like, I mean, what do we like set like? So what do we want to do regarding the town then? Like, because do we want to make this a walled settlement? Do we want to like really like invite people? Because I'm down for like an immigration policy. Get people in here, get them working these jobs.
Ooh. So I'm looking. Okay, we need to definitely look at the establishment. I think this is gonna be what we want.
All right.
Oh. Okay. So, interesting. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, Barbarians Camp?
Barbarians
The
camp.
Bard's Theater?
It is Civ. We've got
The
barbs.
Cleric's
Look out!
Church?
Oh yeah, I posted that. I posted that in the chat.
Yeah.
The
Ooh, the
Cleric's Church.
Fighter's Fortress?
They've got some really strong abilities attached to them.
The Monk's
Like disgustingly
Monastery?
strong.
I'm
Paladin?
confused.
If we're apparently fighting in what counts as a stronghold, on the initiative count of 20, I can do one of 3 effects. I could have shafts of golden light stab down from the sky and destroy all undead demons and devils within 60 feet of me. Will wisdom save or be annihilated, it says. You and all allies in the stronghold recover all hit dice and gain 30 temporary hit points.
Oh, so you're talking about the stronghold index that you guys were talking linked?
Yeah, Stronghold and Followers.
Okay. Okay, I'm looking through it now. Sec.
Oh, okay. So there's the establishment. Okay, so there's different types. You can have like keeps, tower, temple, establishment, and then there's ones by class. So, that's interesting. That's interesting. We're
Maybe you're
definitely
meant to
gonna have
like
look over this.
cross compare them. Maybe you build a tower and make it a wizard's library, or maybe you build an establishment and make it a thieves thing, whatever that was.
No, they're all like you can do whatever you want, but like it's basically just giving you things that you can reach for and stuff.
Well, I mean,
That's
when I
interesting.
look at the Cleric's Church, it doesn't give me like construction ideas, is what I mean. It doesn't give me
Oh,
a
right.
shape that the Cleric's Church is.
I mean, it's just a church.
Well, that's exactly it. I think I think I build like one of the ones from earlier in the book, and then say, and I'm gonna make this one a church, and I actually don't know.
Actually, I mean, I think we're just gonna have all 3 of these things. I mean, maybe not a fortress for Ashton, but he'll probably start building one, right?
Do
Yeah.
you think we're likely to get sieged?
I
Who would
mean,
even
we
attack
Siege
us?
for a fortress.
We're smacked in the middle of the map almost, and we're not just like gonna
I
get invaded
guess
by
these
players.
guys don't really care for us. We did
But-
kind of kill their gods, sort
but-
of.
But monsters too,
Yeah, well, I've always sort of thought monsters are more for like dealing with the outside walls, so to speak. Monsters very rarely get into
Yeah,
our
yeah,
fortresses, if I'm
but
thinking right.
What about that rolling ball of death?
You'll have made some enemies.
We have made some enemies, and you think
See,
that
and-
rolling ball of death is still coming towards us? We just outpaced it a long time ago, and
Um,
it's still on its way, just slowly rolling at us,
Write that down. Write that
I-
down.
like the like the invincible snail. It just never stops.
I think it's just because if we stop moving and start actually planning our feet down, we'll be more targeted by our enemies, quote unquote.
Well, if you're trying to argue in favor of a fortress, I'm on board.
I mean, I would love to
I'm
make
certainly
a,
pro fortress. Don't get me
stronghold
wrong.
fortress,
I'm just worried we're not going to see any use out of it. But I'm down for building one. Don't get me wrong.
All right, I guess that'll be our homework.
Homework?
Because there's a rogues tavern, which I believe we're going to have in the town. You even said you
Oh,
wanted
boy.
one, right? There's the
Yeah.
fighter's stronghold, which I mean, obviously we'll have to start small. And then there's the cleric's church, which we're already in the process of making. And let's see. I'm gonna have to read more into it too, because I want to see what rules he has for this, and obviously I'll just change them if there's something I don't like.
Okay,
Yeah,
that can
so-
Yeah,
Sounds
we'll
fun.
we'll just wing it. If there's anything truly broken, like, oh, good news, I figured out the infinite gold trick in the Strongholds and Followers book.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Once it starts being an established place, I mean, y'all can even like just retire. Like it'll be self-sustaining. Y'all can't, if y'all are paying for everything to make this thing run, then it's not running. It's,
Yeah, it's just being fed.
exactly. And yes,
That's why I want to bring
Ooh,
in a
cool.
population. That's why I still maintain, Ray, you got to start putting together ideas for how to get a adventurers guild in here, because they serve a part in like a town's economy. Like in the fantasy world, they do odd jobs. They do a lot of stuff, honestly.
The Rangers Lodge has interesting stuff too.
yeah,
that'd be
we can
good.
look at whatever.
Ahmed, I'd like to know a little bit about like what your plans regarding like this, because we're definitely apparently nearing the end of what this campaign is. Like if we hunt and kill death, I mean that was my quest, and if we hunt and die to death, that was also my quest. So, with that, like, are you thinking you want to do like a new campaign? Is that something, or did you want to take a break?
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm like I have no idea what's going on. I made a world and I put you guys in it, and the world is still going on. Like there's a lot of stuff you
We're
guys
trying to
haven't
drive this
touched.
world into the ground just as fast as possible.
Kinda, yeah, it does kind of seem that way. It does kind of seem that way. But yes, there's a lot of stuff that I have planned. I don't really have it planned, but that I've made that like I don't see. The thing is, if I say anything to you guys think that's me telling you to do this, or it's me just reminding you that this thing exists, and you're like, oh, we should go check on that. But there's every
Haven't you
place.
figured it out? When you want us to do something, just casually remind us, say, hey, by the way.
Sure,
And
sure,
then do
you know
like
what?
the verbal
Um,
equivalent of eyebrow raises, huh?
Yeah, where is Tempest Garin?
That's why I want.
What's happened?
Dun, dun, dun.
What's happened now that the red dragon that's in that area that was basically almost taking over the town of Whitehill? What happened now that he's not there anymore?
I think we should check
Um,
in on them.
yeah.
Maybe.
Wasn't the whole thing with that town, I forgot, the ridge, the Shadow Ridge, whatever. Yeah, like that thing's that whole town's turning around so much that the people that the fine little ladies there just left. You haven't been back to Tonalidge since the first session or whatever that was. What about the Order of Order?
Well, I completely forgot about Tonalidge. Where's Tonalidge?
There's the I think this is Tonalidge.
Oh.
There's Legion. There's the Water People. There's the Church of the Air. There's the whole everything. Hey, the Pits of Death, where everybody thought there was a dragon. Oh, it was actually a fake dragon. What happened there? Every place you guys have been, something has happened. And that's still happening and evolving and going on.
What, you saying the quests don't pause when we're not there?
No.
What kind of bullshit game is this?
Exactly. It's a bullshit game because I have to run it in a way where I have to be like, okay, well, you guys decided to just take 2 weeks to go to
Oh,
the
man.
Underdark. So what's happening now? What has
Yeah,
progressed because
Caught
of
up
that?
to us. Slow snail caught to us. That's what happened.
I'm giving them an extra year to percolate. Go ahead and
Oh.
let those situations develop a little bit longer.
Yeah. So yes.
I'm sure that when death is gone, that the Snake People nation will have no problems at all.
I guess. So the first
God,
half
the
of this
slavers are gonna
campaign-
love having slaves they can't whip to death.
So the first half of the campaign, it was you guys going and just doing what Teza told you to do. By the way, what the fuck is Teza up to?
I've been trying to contact Teza.
Yes, you
He's not
have.
answering.
Yeah. And yeah. So all
Oh
of
wait,
this
wait.
stuff-
You didn't tell him I sent him a message, huh? Like what I exactly said, because I sent it in the Ray channel.
No, I didn't tell him.
Okay, let me go back to it.
Yeah, so there's just all this stuff, right? And so the first half, before Blade was here, you guys were just given stuff to do, and I was introducing these places, and you know, I wasn't like super planning deep into the future, but once I make a place, it's there, and it's alive in my head. And so now we've got this whole world we have, and also the other side of the world where there's an island of dragons apparently. So yeah, we've got all of this stuff, and you guys have kind of just been like focused on it's like, this is the quest, this is the quest. So y'all have been like very, very tunnel visioned and not really asking me any questions or like caring about y'all don't even know where's a good wizard to get, which is fine because we're all having fun. I would assume if y'all aren't having fun,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't really need to tell me. But like, I don't have any problems with this because I have so much ammunition. I just need
Exactly.
you guys to tell me what you're doing. If right now we're just building this town, that's wonderful, especially with my 2 weeks of prep I'm gonna have after this year.
You want to know the wildest part? I think I want to tap into some of the expertise from the Law Town to help us get a bureaucrat here. I want to
Exile.
get somebody to help organize our freaking shit. And who better than to go back and tell, like, hey, I know we kind of left on a weird place, this town, but I need to hire someone.
What?
We don't
But
need-
you've got someone. You've got Graves. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
technically a lawyer. He was
Oh
of
my
legal
God,
age
Graves,
in the
do you-
town.
Do your tremendous skill stats include the ability for, like, general civic management?
I mean, yes.
Fuck yeah, take
but-
10 on those. We'll be great. We'll be fine.
God.
Yeah, I just automatically take the 10, and then you get like your natural plus 10 to everything. We'll be ideal.
Wait a
Mhm.
second. Look at his stats. He is a politician. Look at his charisma
Yeah.
proficiencies.
Yeah, I took a lot of skills that are charisma proficiencies.
Look at those
I have
charisma
Deception and
proficiencies.
persuasion, yeah.
He's
yeah.
a politician!
Deception,
You got some. You got
persuasion.
intelligence. You got investigation.
perception.
That's a pretty good one for like civic stuff. For like.
But no, he's got all he
accounting and
needs.
shit.
Persuasion and
Literally?
deception. He's a politician.
The only thing I don't have is intimidation, and even that's still decently high.
I'm not looking for a politician. I'm looking for a bureaucrat. Two very different things.
Same difference.
I want like Conrad from Futurama. His name was Conrad too, right? I
Yes,
think so.
Conrad Hermes. All right, and so here is another question. What does the town of Death's End look like?
Does it look like a bitch?
There's actually we could probably use the picture in the link you posted for the stronghold. 'Cause it's similar to what I sent you. As far
Which
as,
one?
I'm going to right now.
Because there's a lot of pictures in the book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I wonder.
Page
do you-
20.
Do you think
Like-
Tezza has any more roaming automatons just anywhere? Like, nah, probably not, right? You
No.
know, Tezza, he only does things by half measures. He probably doesn't
I
have
was sort. I
100
mean, do we have a way to track them? Because that was sort of Ashton's quest. I'm willing to do it if Ashton wants to hunt one of them.
I'm
Well-
just saying, these are all things that are
So-
alive in the world.
So with that, you know, for Archimedes, he just told us like, you know, to if there's any to, you know, handle them, and we did, you know, whatever ones we came across, you know, Protectron, the dragon. That's the only ones we really came across, but we haven't came across any others, so we don't know.
Oh shit,
Like, I'm
did you look at page 22?
Oh, let me see. The pirate ship. Ha!
Another variation of the keep is the dreaded pirate ship. All right. Okay, so it's basically the same as a keep. God damn.
But
All right, yeah. So this is a
uh,
lot of stuff we could look at.
So-
As for sorry, go ahead. You were saying
So
something.
page 20, yeah, page 20 would probably be like best, I guess, diagram we could use and eventually get to, because that would be awesome to, you know, have that available.
Yeah, once you have enough money to build that, I think that'll take all of your money.
we may actually need to, like, do a money grubbing adventure.
What are you
So
talking about?
I'm gonna start taking tithes from my
I'm
guys.
gonna have Crucible just stone shape everything.
What do you mean?
You need stone to shape. You're in the plains.
And stone shape works in five at a time, and I can only
5 foot
cast
at a
like
time, yes.
yeah. And I got a lot of cast ascending I got to do. I got a lot to organize. All I'm saying is that might not be the solution you need. Get yourself a wand of stone shape.
What you're saying is we need to do a resource hunt for golems and stuff. To kill 2 just 1 stone.
We're gonna hunt golems and take their precious rocks.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh fuck. Okay.
All right, I've
apparently
crafted
I
my
made you
magnificent-
guys super rich.
Yeah, like unnecessarily so. We robbed a dragon. We probably shouldn't have. That's why I'm trying to look for objectives that are not gold oriented, such as my magnificent temple here, as you can see.
No, but I mean, y'all have like for this. Okay, never mind. I see. There's also cost to upgrade. So this money, like my fantasy setting here is a little bit more higher fantasy than the default world. So
No.
money isn't as small. So inflation does exist. Is that your temple, Crucible?
It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. All right.
We don't have any log fires yet. We could only burn 1 stick in each of the giant pulpits.
All right. Okay. So yes, that's one of the things. So we need what does the town look like? We could work on it together or whatever. That'll be a fun little exercise. So during this year, you guys are, just helping with the, construction and guiding the guidance of it and the politics of it. Because, like Ray said, this, nomadic people were here, and it wasn't just dominated by the one tribe, the one group. There were other people here, right? Because it doesn't make any sense that the only people here are like just one group.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't care for them because they're,
And also, you were Ashton, so you kind of just drank and didn't care at all.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm not gonna care about what other people's, deaths were from Jokash. Like,
Well, yeah,
my
but
immediate
also,
family.
yeah, but now that there's somebody building an outpost here, we've got politics now because you're claiming this land. Right?
Yep.
So, Ashton, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
What were some other tribes in this area?
God damn it. Come here, Google.
The Goths, the Visigoths.
And
So you can press 2 now?
just look up Warhammer 40k orc tribe names.
No.
The Burnabetters. The Snake Boys.
The Cruel Feet tribe. That's the first that came up.
Ask the AI. See if ChatGPT can give us some good ideas.
I actually never used it. I like this one.
Right?
yeah.
The Quiet Dragon tribe.
Oh, we've been looking at the wrong page on this PDF, guys. We should be on page 67.
Alright, let me see.
67 is the Wizard's Life. Yeah. Villain strongholds. Never mind.
I would assume that we'd presumably need a class of the type to reasonably make one of these.
Ashton is half wizard, so yeah.
Villain Stronghold.
Mm,
Oh, that one. Oh. Yes.
Okay, that's only one page. It's just like a offshoot thing.
Well, it's on the more on the second one, the special allies. On page 68, it follows.
No, that's if you roll well on your stronghold, because with your stronghold you get allies, and if you roll a special ally, these are the like yeah. So if you
Gotcha.
roll well,
Oh my god, flip one more page. It's Johnny Depp.
that's not Johnny Depp. That's what's his face? Sandra Clegane. No,
It's more like.
Oh wait, isn't this that new guy from the movie that just came out?
no. Have y'all seen the movie yet?
I haven't.
No, not
I'm
yet.
honestly not terribly interested
What,
in
the
going.
D&D
Is it
movie?
any good? Have you heard?
I've heard it's good. I've heard it's good.
I'm waiting to see it. We're supposed to see it this weekend.
The D&D movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Monica
see
got
it.
sick, bro.
I'm not even
Yeah.
opposed to it because of the whole common thing, like because of the whole licensing thing. I'm just not too super interested in a D&D movie.
Most D&D stuff tends to be really bad.
It's been my experience.
I've
yeah.
heard
So
that this is
maybe
good.
this will be like the new thing. Maybe it'll fix it.
And since it's not a video game movie, when they actually include like things that you can recognize as a player of D&D, it's not horrible.
Yes.
Because like
Someone was
instead
telling
of
me, was it you, Conrad, who was telling me
What?
about the one guy who was getting upset about being upstaged by magical creatures on set there?
Alright.
no, that wasn't me.
Yeah, one of the actors was when in his like review notes was real upset by like because he'd be acting and then you'd see a dragonborn walking in the background and then he was like, I can't believe that they're upstaging me with these creatures. I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Sorry, that's great. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna fact check myself, but it is a fun fact.
All right, so the other tribes, Ashton, did you find them?
Yeah, it's in Death End. On
Oh, there
Discord.
we go. Other tribes in the region. Let's see, you've got.
Do I need
Rude,
more? 'Cause
Bison-
there's a-
No.
Okay.
Quiet Dragon Tribe. The
Did we ever
Blue
name
Barracuda.
tribe? I can't remember.
This is not Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, what is Ashton's tribe called?
The Red Jaguars.
Uh,
The Silver
That's fun.
Monkeys.
the Master Ash
Tribe
Clan.
of The Silver Monkey. No one can assemble that fucking statue ever.
What was that, Ray?
But it's funny because like the one above it, what you call it, the Hidden Whisper Horde. There was the Master Ash Clan.
No, what?
Master Ash.
Because it's Ashton. Anyways,
Yeah.
what would be a good one?
I guess that's something you'll come up with later.
Dun dun dun.
More homework. All right. So, okay, so we got Ashton, right? He is going to. I'm gonna message you stuff because there's clan politics. You're gonna have to do some roles and something. You know, to see how.
When's this going to be
negotiations go.
overrun by rival barbarians? Oh no!
Maybe. And let's see. And
Wait.
then there's the church stuff. So, what are you trying to accomplish, Crucible? Just you're trying to set your church up with a. You're basically trying to take over the church.
I may as well try to establish political power in the town too. Churches like to do that.
What town?
Like Death's End.
I mean,
I'm
you
going to
have-
play a pretty substantial role in the construction of it.
Yeah, you're like one of the leaders. So yes, you are in the politics. It's part of
All I'm saying is
asking.
that like maybe this will be one of those nations where the church is one of the three major heads of state. Those nations
Yes.
always go well, right? Historically, those never go badly.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna have any luck becoming a theocracy, but you can definitely be one of the heads of state. You already are.
I don't know if you two guys, just don't want to deal with politics. I could deal with this. You want me to handle Death's End? Ashton, you want me to deal with those other rival tribes? Because I'll deal, wink, with them.
No.
Okay, I figured I'd offer. I figured I'd offer my services in exterminate. I mean, if it is resolving those issues. Actually, no. Damn it. I was talking to Conrad that I think I got to make an in-character like motion towards more pacifism. I'll be willing to defend myself, but we're strong enough that we should be able to specifically not kill if we can avoid it. And there should be very few situations where we need to kill things now. And I'm gonna sort of, if my goal is the cessation of death, then it's time for me to start, like, conserving those lives.
Practicing what you preach? Wow!
No. See, it's not practicing what I preach. I'm not preaching a morality of not killing. I'm preaching an end goal of maximum lives. I'm taking the AI approach that life is an X value that I want to maximize.
All right. So, okay, what about you, Graves? What is Grey Arch doing besides pirating?
I need to gather. On. Right.
Okay, you're going back to assassins, and now you're going to make sure as many people die as possible before death is
No. No, we're not going back to that. I'm going to make it more diplomatic and.
Assassinating heads of state. Got it.
No, not assassinations as much. More.
Maybe it's kind of like a trimming. If I'm going to end death, maybe you got to clear out the people who you specifically don't want to survive the end of death.
Maybe.
Maybe like, let me go tidy up a little bit, and then we can turn on to click death off.
Also need to do is get a wider network.
And I mean, it's not impossible. You could just assassinate Crucible and put a stop to this whole like thing if you do think it's that bad of an idea.
Would it becoming the big
like,
bad evil
Crucible
guy in the end?
becoming Crucible trusts you guys, so it'd be very easy to get him a good stab in the back and end him. You could Caesar him real easy.
I mean, us
What
two
is it?
versus
Bring your knife to
you.
work day, guys?
Us two versus you, yeah, we would win.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, if you really think this is such a shitty idea, I mean, you're not going to talk Crucible out of it, but you could just kill him. It wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, I don't want to go that far yet.
I appreciate that. Which means
You're
you
not too powerful.
tacitly accept my objectives.
Not too powerful yet.
All right.
Yet.
So
We're
you
going to
got-
expand the network. Perform less assassinations and do more spying, espionage,
Service work? Charity?
service work. Yeah, like get in the good graces of like everybody, and then use that to everyone's advantage.
Alrighty. How many people currently live here in Death's End?
How many stayed from the workers is the question.
Let's see. We
Because
have- you have 20.
yeah, we had 20 something worked on it. The place for us.
Yeah, let's say five people are moving here.
Yeah.
So we've got 25 people.
And then 26 because of the cleric, right? Or that was overseeing
Oh
the
yes.
temple.
Let's see how many. Okay, so we've got population. We've got citizens. Oh, there you go. That's weird. Population. Citizens. We've got 25. We've got fucking what are they called? Church. Clergy, that's it. How many clergymen are here, Crucible?
Well, when I establish the church, if this is going to serve as sort of like a central stronghold, it's going to be pretty big. And I'm thinking, I'm going to sort of want to recreate this sort of church hierarchy, so to speak. We're going to need some cardinals. I'm going to want like a head of sort of each location, so to speak.
But right now, before the temple's made, how many people we got here? for the trip?
Oh, it's pretty much me and the crew of 12 dudes I brought down from above. And most of them are tuckered out. Like, most of them probably went home after the Great Resurrecting, right? Because I only brought them down for that.
Right. So how many are you having to stay here? Is my question now. What are
Can I do like a roll? Maybe hit a D12 and see how many of them I can convince to stick around.
Sure, you can do a D12 plus charisma.
Yay!
No, make it a
So
D10.
Don't you have
D12.
Who has charisma?
D10.
D10 it is. That's my charisma's
I
impact.
think
From
I
down
remember,
to
like,
D12.
no one has good charisma other than me.
Yeah, you've been supposed to be the face this whole time. Why haven't you been facing? Look what Ashton and I have done.
Like, I think Ashton's is 10 and yours is 8.
Look what happens
No,
when you let us
mine's
talk
8.
to people. Oh, I got 5 of them. So
Oh,
it's
no,
me and
that's right, it's the other
5.
way around.
6, because plus your charisma. What? Oh no, you're
My
11.
charisma is 0. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
It's
He has 10
11.
charisma.
So he has 11.
Oh, well, that doesn't make any difference.
No, it doesn't. I thought it did because I'm dumb. Okay.
It can make a difference.
Maybe I should get 18 charisma. Be very persuadable or persuasive. Bleh.
Why is it
I
a
mean,
random
you really
tribe?
could. There's nothing wrong. Like, what else are you gonna do with your level 16 level up? You get 2 points, right?
20 decks.
Oh, geez, you don't have 20 in your base stat yet? Never
You?
mind. Yeah. Oh, shit. Do whatever.
So I
Do whatever.
took 2 feats and 1 ability score increase.
Oh.
And that gave me 18 decks. So I took alert and tough. Because my
So there's
constitution
the,
is 10.
So there's the Dark God tribe or the Evil Mountain tribe that are coming out for randomizing.
I feel like they've been typecast. I feel like your tribe is the one that named them that, and we're like, no, we're the Peaceful Mountain tribe. Silence, Dark God tribe.
No, I'm saying for Ashton's tribe. That's what I'm randomizing for.
Yeah.
And those two came up. I'm just
Ashton
like,
is
oh.
a dark god tribe.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Well, and then there's also the false maid horde, which makes sense for Ashton.
So what does the town make money doing?
Right now it would just be farming, I guess. It'd probably be the best bet because there's a lot of barley and stuff. That's where alcohol is going to be made out of first. I figured that at least for Plainlands, right?
Alrighty. Alright. Fuck. Man, I really need to play Civ or something more because, like, we're gonna have to work on politics and your
Build a
relations with different
wonder.
countries.
I'm excited because I'm unusually versed in this.
I'm
That's why I
not.
keep yelling about the bureaucracy stuff because I'm like, we gotta think about these things.
I don't
Y'all
know
have
shit
no
about
We're gonna
points
need-
in the
really.
bureaucracy.
We have no police, but don't worry, I'll get the temple guard to serve as the police and
No.
enforcement. I could do that if you guys don't
No.
want to hire policemen.
I will find
Why do we?
Well, then you better take care of that. Onto you.
Why do we need to hire anybody? That's the
You're-
question.
Yeah, see, there you go. I'll get my temple paladins to handle
Well-
the local troubles.
So we
Or-
only had like what 6-7 people go off on the pirate ship. We still have more of the company here.
What
as
Ashton
well.
is saying is martial law.
Oh,
Or-
yes, martial law. By the same people. The assassins are not going to want to do fucking guard duty, Ashton.
Or martial law. Or you could have a complete lack of it, or you could have total anarchy where everyone treats each other with respect, and if they don't, then everyone else kills them.
Yeah, you're right. My temple paladins will totally be down for that. You know, except for everywhere they go and they walk.
In a utopian society, anarchy is the best way to go.
Are we making a utopian society here? Nobody told me that.
Yes. Yeah. Listen to the evil rogue. We're making a utopia. That has never
Ooh.
led anyone
we better,
to
we
the
better
wrong
try
place.
to trim down on all this suffering then. All
Alright,
this tremendous amount
alright.
of human suffering we're
If I wasn't
causing.
evil, I'd be doing communism.
There we
You
go.
are evil.
Communism Communism, not anarchy, though.
You are
Communism.
evil.
We are now named the Dark Earth Warriors tribe.
It's
Or,
a
what?
maybe evil.
Ashes tribe. The
We
Dark Earth
we might want to
Warriors.
rebrand your tribe. Is all I'm saying.
Because they were risen. So now they are named the Dark Earth Warriors.
Well, now they're called Death's End because they live here. They're no longer a tribe.
Yeah, the residents of the nation of Death's End, which
Yeah.
we might also want to rename. Is that really
No,
a
the
nation name?
Utopia Death's End. There's
Death's
nothing
End-
ominous about this. What are you talking about, Graves?
God,
We're a
you're
utopian
right.
society that gets rid of death. They're like,
We sound like we're in a young adult novel, don't we?
look.
Welcome to
Are we gonna
to
stage the
Death's End.
Hunger Game next?
No, we just
Here's
fly
a-
a
here's a
giant
crazy
red
quote.
flag. That's the flag of the nation. A giant red flag. Like
Oh,
5
we-
of
we
them.
We just need to find an alchemist and have them make age potions to give out for what say. Welcome to Death's End. Here's an aging potion.
Right. So nobody dies of old age.
Maybe I could fix it like Fallout. Just make kids immune to death.
Yeah. No, because then they get really annoying.
Yeah. I mean, no, the child armies are here. Give us the treats. No.
All right. So, okay, I'm gonna have. Should Graves be the politician? Graves.
I'm not against it if he's a.
I'm fine with it.
All right. So that's what I'll work on with you, Ashton. You're also going to be into politics because I mean you're. I assume Ashton is the leader of this town.
Yeah, I wanna hire a couple dwarves. If actually no, some of them probably stayed, right?
Yeah, the 5.
I'm pretty sure they have experience in making ale. These are dwarves.
All right.
I think I will hire a lawyer as well, though, to help with my bureaucratic and accounting and stuff in the church.
Yeah, and I still want to be able to find a wizard.
I am. Oh yeah, and I'm aware Graves could do it. I don't think Graves would want to. I don't think it's very interesting stuff for Graves.
He'll
So,
be busy
I'll
doing
get
other
some-
things.
Yeah, I'll get somebody whose job it is to sit there for 16 hours, or else I'll say, hey, you're not showing enough dedication.
I don't think we have to worry about that yet. We probably have to get a little bit further before we start worrying about
You're-
accounting and the bureaucracy.
Well, you want to have the baseline and we want to just have at least who's in charge. Like, do we have a mayor? Do we have a council? Do we?
yes,
if
you and
the-
Ashton.
Yeah. So let's say that someone in the town has a problem. Do they just come find the 3 of us? Do
Yeah.
they have like a box they can put a note in? That's what I want to establish.
I mean,
we
there's
need a
only
way-
25
We need a
citizens.
way to run the town
There's
Oh, yeah,
25
for-
citizens.
for now.
Exactly.
I'll have you know I am spreading the good word everywhere about
Right.
the uprising of the nation.
So that is
Of
what this
Death's
first
End.
year is.
Mind you, you guys might want to spread some word too, because all my words are tinted with Paylor. I'm trying to bring Paylor converts to the town.
All right, so
trying.
that's the point of the first year, right? We aren't to that part yet. We are trying to establish that. So when we come back in 3 weeks, the town is going to be established, and then once we have the citizenry, we'll have to, get all of that and find something for y'all to fucking do. Because I mean, we don't even.
I got ideas.
We could just have an hour where we talk to each other instead of doing it all on the table until, something else happens. We don't have to come weekly for that.
It is kind of true that I've been just sort of this whole session just pointed at our characters
Yes.
sitting around a map where it looks like a table, but
It's a barrel.
it's a still. Yeah, it's a still.
Barrel. Yep.
It's a liquor still. So
There you go. Now it's
admittedly
got
not the most actively exciting stuff, but I mean I'm engaged for sure. I find this stuff fascinating.
There it is.
Building a town from scratch is hard, and oh no, no, I made it.
How do you do this?
A bunch of them.
It's happening.
All right.
These guys are probably going to be the hardest to negotiate with because we did kill their god.
We didn't
The-
do anything. They don't know that. They know it's still up.
Here's the thing. To them, we went in. God is dead. No
But-
matter
but
what. It,
he
here's
is.
the, it, no. It
Y'all
doesn't matter
snuck
whatever
in.
facts. It doesn't matter what truth. We were
We
present.
can't tell
They knew
anybody.
our existence. We knew we were. They knew we were nosing around beforehand. We definitely asked them, "Hey, can we go inside beforehand?"
But
And they
also,
said no.
A dragon was there when we left.
A dragon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's part of the whole thing, remember, of us not knowing? Is that we don't know what's been going on in there. Maybe.
Until we actually go out for trade and see if we find out.
Well, I believe
Exactly.
in your negotiating skills, Ashton. I gotta stay here to keep casting a spell.
Let's just say, don't send any envoys there that you want to come back alive. Oh man, who's gonna be ambassador of Death's End? Booty, give that to Tempest.
Tempest, get over
Yes.
here. Tempest, get over here.
Oh,
What?
Tempest is like,
I-
why do I have so much responsibility?
Bad news, Tempest. You're no longer a citizen of Tempest Scared. We can't have our ambassador be dual citizenship. So now you're only a citizen of Death's End. We've
But-
revoked your Tempest Scared citizenship.
But in return, we're gonna have a magic circle eventually, so you can visit Tempest Cairn wherever you want.
Listen, we just gotta loop Tempest Scared in as part of your kingdom. We get this established, then we make them the first like vassal state. You know what I'm saying? That way, it's not a problem.
So the whole plan all along was to take over Tempest Scar, and y'all just took the long way around.
Yes.
I've been trying to do it from the inside with the church there. It's
know.
slow.
I know.
For some reason, people don't trust churches as much anymore. I can't figure out why. It's almost like they were taken over entirely by their church.
Side note, because it's just memory. Ashen's like thinking about it now because elemental planes. I'm like, he's killed the same elemental fire dude like 4 times now. I wonder if he has any grudge.
What do you mean, same elemental fire, dude?
The one that kept coming. That one that killed Vernat. That was when
Oh yeah,
Nasa died.
the dwarf guy we've
Yeah,
encountered a couple
The
times.
dwarfs. Yeah, and we went to the Brass City and we encountered him again, and we encountered him the 3rd time, somewhere else.
In the dragon's place.
Yes, and then he. So I was just like, he has a grudge against me now.
What?
Ashen's thoughts.
Yeah, oh, that's it. Y'all should go to the plane of fire and try to recruit some people. You even know somebody there. There you go. That's your in. Hey, guy. Remember when I killed you 3 times? You want to work for
Well,
me?
I have a job for you. I need a blacksmith.
There you go.
Cool. You want to live on the land
go
where you're
get
not
one.
hunted?
I mean, hey, you can guarantee that you won't kill him if he's working for
Ex-
you.
Exactly. You'll have my protection to live. Yeah. All right.
All
Flip
right.
that around.
All right. Fuck. All right. I'm just gonna have to read this whole fucking PDF about strongholds and followers, apparently, because like,
Don't worry.
It's a lot. Yeah.
We'll skim it at best and then depend on you to know everything.
oh,
Well,
and-
I was reading in the back. I was like, oh wow, that's a shit ton of stuff to know. Like,
I mean,
I'm
it's all
certainly
there
not going to read
use.
like the character bios on the followers and stuff. Who cares about that?
Yeah, I'm also gonna have to get download Kingdoms and Warfare. So
Why would you need that?
because y'all are
why would
starting
you-
a kingdom.
we are, and Ashton is eventually gonna have his army.
Did Ashton maybe just want to make his own like giant mercenary company this whole time? Is that like, cause that feels like he's got an army.
I mean, and I wouldn't be against it, but at the same time, it's just going with the flow of things of what he knows is going on in the world. So he needs to defend himself, and the people. So he needs an army for that, especially with Legion. Who knows what else? Legion just by itself is enough of a reason to build an army.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
a
have to
fair point. I'd find it interesting to start doing some larger scale combats to deal with Legion. I legit worry for like our little pirate town. Even though they're pretty well defended, like a proper freaking lizard person's like the Wanti like armies could probably fuck that town up pretty good.
See, why don't you just go over there and earthquake everything?
Yeah. What could possibly? No.
Well, I'll tell you
Oh,
why.
no.
Because I gotta stay here and keep casting a spell.
Good.
The world is protected for a year by me establishing a stronghold.
All right, I guess we'll just call it here. You guys talk to me. Okay? We got this?
Yes, sir. I tell you what, everything that exists in the corner of what I'm doing, I've got an idea for. I'll put it together.
Okay, good. If you need more information, let me know, because I do have I do keep notes and everything about all the places we've been and stuff that's happened, and yeah. So this obviously is this is something that I have zero experience on, since
I mean, I don't think any of us have experience of this for D&D.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I've never done. I've never done this part.
I
of
don't
it.
think I don't think any of us has like made it past like 12 or something. Like
Yes,
this is
so
like
let's
all unknown.
let's do
I,
this
I
together.
once did a high level campaign, but it was one where I jumped in and we were already like extra planar and fighting in like crazy 4-dimensional fucking
Gotcha.
dungeons, and it was very confusing. And it was also 3.5, which made it more confusing.
So
So
let's
this
just
is exciting.
work on this together. So like, don't be like, oh well, it's works this way because this is the way Conrad planned it out. No, don't assume I have a plan. I am winging it, 100%
Wow,
winging it.
I can't believe Conrad organized this all so thoroughly.
I thought
So good.
Conrad,
found
I
an
can't believe
answer.
you typed up this whole PDF for us. This is amazing. Thank you.
we have the stronghold at top, right? And it'll just be like medium size. But what if we build under and create a whole entire city there?
An Undercity, huh? Yeah, sounds wonderful.
And yeah,
All right.
Then-
I'll
That
tell
was-
you why we can't do it. Because this place is all loamy earth.
Loamy.
I mean, you are pretty close to a mountain.
You're unfamiliar with the term loamy? That means it's dirt. Dirty, dirty dirt.
Right.
No stones, no building, no rock caverns, just dirt.
I mean, wouldn't that be easier to build your own city? Like,
No, 'cause
properly?
there's no structure. All right. I am not going to Rocks Fall and kill everybody. The thing is, here is number one, the thing.
To
There's-
clarify, guys, someone in my chat said that, and I think Conrad read it right away.
Here's the thing, right? Okay, so there's two scenarios, right? Scenario one, rocks fall, you die. Scenario two will happen a million times before scenario one ever happens. And scenario two is you guys decide to just mine down underground and you literally say, let's just use explosives, and you literally cause rocks to fall on yourselves by your own actions and everybody dies. That will happen 1,000 million times before I just say, fuck it, rocks fall. I don't have to rocks fall. You guys will do that in 100,000 different ways before I will ever feel the need to do that. I just have to wait. I just have to let you guys do it.
and risk is worth the reward.
Yes, exactly. I will never have to kill you guys. I just have to let you guys kill yourselves and then also say, you know what? No, you did not cast Death Ward. Sorry, Crucible. You're at 0.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't have to do that. So yes. You guys are going to kill yourselves, or we're going to end it, and y'all are going to want to end it because, I mean, there's really not too much more to do. I mean, we can. I mean, there's a lot of different things we can do, obviously, because high-level D&D exists for a reason. But most of it will not be here. Y'all are becoming the Tarask of this world. Yeah.
I don't follow.
Uh-huh.
I think we're good guys.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's end it here. I'll get with you guys. I'm gonna read over some stuff and try to figure out the structure of. I mean, so real quick, let me just ask you this: on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you guys want to run a kingdom?
7 myself.
Yeah.
But again, only
Seven or
only
eight.
the aspects that I control. I don't wanna like cross contaminate, so to speak.
Right, but so if you're running a kingdom, that's a very different game than going on adventures, right?
It is. It very
So-
much is.
So that's what
I feel.
Yeah?
I was gonna say I feel like it's like the break from adventuring because like we just did a lot of heavy lifting things.
I guess the
killed
big
Shakash.
question then is is this what our characters like? Do you want to retire? You don't have to adventure anymore, Ashton.
No, not retire, but like I went to court because I didn't want to have to deal with people chasing, like killing them and whatnot. I wanted to just get that done with so I could do my own stuff and like create an army and create a kingdom and eventually fight the Legion if it's gonna be a problem.
Okay,
Right, so-
well,
Like,
I'll be clear
that's
with
ideas I was going after.
So
okay,
that's the
I'll
main
be clear
thing.
with our Crucible's goals here for this year is that I plan to set this up to be self-sustaining to a degree. I am establishing myself as like super cardinal or something, but I'm not going to be the head of church at the end of this is my goal. I want to be able to set this up and then
That's what
proceed
the
to
other
go
guy's
kill
for.
death. That's my objective. I want to get this all running and get its little engine going and get the gold tithes coming in and get the recruits going, and then I'm going to stand up and say, all right, don't let anyone die while I'm gone.
Right. So
Yeah,
so
and
here's the
I
thing.
want to like train armies too, like fighters
Right.
and stuff like that.
So
That'd be awesome.
Right. So there's a difference between what we've been doing up to now. So what was the most recent thing? I guess just the Lich, right? You go, you find the guy, you fight him, and before that was the dragon. Let's just say you go through the dungeon, you do the thing, So you have a very very clear goal, and it's you doing it. It's Crucible doing it. It's Graves doing it. It's Ashton doing it. Once you start going into the kingdom and warfare, basically, it's a good name for a book because that's what it is. Once you start getting into this, it's less you actually getting your hands dirty into everything because things are so big you cannot do it like Crucible, Ashton, Graves. You can't fight a war like
I'll point back to when you thought that I was going to stone shape like your walls and buildings for you. Not going to happen.
Exactly. Like you have to manage people and because it has to be a working society with people that are there for reasons, and it's going to be a lot less dungeon crawling D&D and a lot more like this. I mean, I'm going to try to have things or give you guys things to go after. You do have things to go after even. You've got the Legion, which you might not be able to get an army for. You might, definitely probably won't be able to with this many people. But then, have an army trained. And even if you do have an army, you can send them after one thing, and then you guys would go after like a specific thing. So we have some things that are still in the future that'll happen. If death happens, we don't know what's going on with that. If the dragons happen, who knows what's going on with that. You might go to war with another city, and you're going to have stuff to do. So it's not all going to be like this session where we're just talking, but it's going to be a lot less of like dungeon crawling and stuff like that.
so after like the cities like develop and stuff, that's when our ambassador is gonna like take over for us while we are able to go do other things as well.
Wait,
Well,
is
you'll have
are you gonna
Protectron.
make Tempest Scaran like acting? What's a good term
That-
for like the
that's what-
lead? Like shoot, there's something for when the king dies, but when there's like no heir or something.
Yeah, it's
Well, I thought that's what we were talking about. That's why you say he's not Tempest Scarn anymore.
Oh yeah, that. But
And
First of all,
he'll be
is he gonna agree to this?
ambassador of Death's End. I mean, he's already in
Steward.
contract with us.
I'm pretty sure contract does not cover like national. You can't contract someone to give up their civic identity. You can't
We
say
did,
you're under.
we literally told him like for us giving you the aging potion to your mom, you're gonna be with us, all right, until we die, pretty much.
I don't recall that in the negotiations, but what if you say so?
I'm like skimming it. I don't remember.
You might,
but I
want
remember-
to ask. You might want to ask Tempest his thoughts
Yeah,
on that
'cause-
because I'm pretty sure that
I remember
it wasn't quite as
remember,
encapsulating of a contract.
Yeah, because I remember it was like a thing. It was like, you're gonna have to leave Tempest Scarn and adventure with us, and basically, be a part of our group. Like that was like the contract for the mob. But we're basically saying is like, once the circle's up, you could visit whenever you want, while still being a part of us. Like you're a part of us now. You're a part of Death's End. You are now a part of Death's End's, the city, and all your work here is appreciated pretty much. Like pretty much he'll be doing what he's been doing as a bard.
I think this isn't
doing
a
a good job.
conversation you need to have with me. This is something you need to have you need a role place with Conrad and Tempest.
yeah.
This
We'll
like
get all
none of this
that.
matters to me. You can tell me this whole story. I'm like, cool, go do it. I'm whatever. I got a church to manage.
Yes, that'll be all things. And yeah, you can, I mean, you're going to have to set up, if you're going to be king, I mean, just look at the arena master, right? He doesn't go out and do things. I mean, he very much could, but he doesn't because he's ruling the place. But if you guys set it up so that you aren't, the king of the place and the place will survive without you, then yeah, that'll be something you'll have to figure out and set up and everything. And so that's the thing, right? So that is the focus is going to be more on that. And so, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is that? It's like, oh yeah, let's do that. That's good. I'm looking forward to
Oh,
it.
then that to define that, I guess then more. It's like 2. The reason I'm doing all this is specifically so I can have this thing made and then me not have to deal with it. I'd like to be able to benefit from as many things, but I sort of want I don't want to have to come in and deal with 2 cardinals having a spat over tithing differences. I want to be able to say, I want to point at the Sun Pope and say, let him deal with it. I got to go kill this super demon. Or
Okay.
listen, there's some lizards over there that I'm going to deal with and bring Paler's Light to, while you guys work on bringing helping people and get it like the charity work.
All right. What about you, Ray? So now that we, it's not yeah. So it's like staying there and managing stuff on a scale of 1 to 10. How much do you want to do that?
Yeah. As far as like managing and stuff like that, yeah, I'm with Greasebill for that. It's just more of establishing a acting king, so to say. While
Then what
we
do
are
you
I
have to
think
do
you
with it at all?
You want it to be clear that you're king. Is that all we need? Because I think we can set that up. If we just want it unequivocally that you are the king, no matter whether you're there or not, we can make that happen. If that's like the big key. We
Wait, hold
we
on.
can
I haven't
rename
heard
this
from Blade
place
at
to
all.
like Estonia.
Blade, how
Well, on a
much
scale
do you
of 1
want
to
to do on a scale of 1 to 10?
Blade, do you want to be king?
Stay in a thing? Absolutely
Blade,
not.
do you want to be the vizier?
No.
see,
Aw.
see, I kind of just want to make
Blade, you're
Tempest-
total vizier material. You've got all the stats and you've got the knives.
All right, all right.
Mhm.
In that case, I have to rethink all of this, and none of this other stuff matters.
Like, I don't want to be stationary. I I don't stay
Was
stationary.
what did I mess things up again, Conrad? I'm
No,
just trying
no.
to keep us
That's
more
what
on
I'm-
track, I guess, than
Right,
anything.
but that's the thing, right? There's two tracks. We're at a fork in the road, and I'm just trying to figure out which fork y'all want to take. 'Cause
Stop
so-
pulling both levers.
So like, I mean, it's very irresponsible to just set up a settlement and then leave it. Like, okay, it's like, what? Why did you do that? It's like, because I wanted to.
I wanted to have a stable home to come home to. You know, when I'm
And then never come back because I'm too busy adventuring. Like, I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, typically when people want to set up a place, it's because they want that place to be there for reasons.
I'm looking forward to when Graves' brother realizes that Justice didn't get the revenge he expected, and eschews Justice to come kill Graves on his own.
Yeah, and then
Right.
so like with Crucible, so Crucible's just going along because he's like, oh, you want me to set up a temple here, and I will be like this. I can like guide this place myself. Yes, let's do that. Like, so that makes sense. And like Graves is just like, whatever, I'm down. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. You want me to be a founder of a town that I'm going to work out of? Yes, that sounds like a good idea. By the way, Graves, did you give your 1 to 10?
Oh, in terms of governing the town,
Yeah.
like honestly, there'd be two numbers. Like in terms of like staying there and governing the town, like a 2. In terms of like doing like some managerial things and still like exploring and whatnot, that's like a
I
7.
think we could find a midway, Conrad, kind of like Fable
Oh, yeah.
3, where we just pop in to make a few big decisions.
Yes, but that makes like no sense. Like, why the fuck would anybody care to listen to you?
Why, Conrad? Not to throw it in your face, but it's a fantasy world.
Yes, but it's a world. It's a world.
A world where law works. Just the fact that we established the law means everyone will follow it. now.
Only in that town. Where has the law worked anywhere else?
Well, let's bring in a few lawyers.
No, because then y'all will get evicted from your own town. So yeah, let's do that.
Not if the law says we're not allowed to be evicted. When we make the lawyers can't do shit.
So you
Except,
guys,
want, I guess, maintain it.
You guys want to just have a thing. This is a thing. This isn't like, a kingdom where like it's like, oh yes, this is our legacy. It's like, oh no, this is just like my beach house. Yeah, it's a mansion, but it's my beach house. It's okay. Yeah,
I mean, I'm working on a legacy. I'm establishing reestablishing the church. So
all right, so that makes
even
things a lot easier.
This is going to be a permanent location for me anyway.
Yes.
This is going to be like the central authority for this church.
And yeah, and then things are going to come up that, they won't be able to manage, or they'll ask your help to manage and stuff. So that's fine. Okay. So that is so much easier. That is so much easier.
Good.
I can, because now it's not, I don't have to worry about planning like, oh, is
As
anybody
much as I
declaring
love
war
all
on
these
you?
books and all the fun rules about
Are we
laws and stuff,
declaring war on
there's
any
a
of
reason
else?
that I've never played in a game with them. Because they're fucking complex and not the same game as D&D.
It is not the same game. I mean, it is, but then it isn't, because like commanding
it's
troops is
utilizing-
different.
It's utilizing the framework of D&D, but it's not the same game. It really isn't.
It really isn't, because like you guys don't want to control troops. You guys want to be the ones killing. You want to be on the front lines, all three of you. So like, yeah, that is different, and so that's good. That's good. That makes this a lot easier, and then we might just take 5 years during this
Ooh,
break.
you think so? I mean,
Yeah,
I
like-
could come up with more things to do.
Well, I mean, that's the thing,
I
right?
could
Do
go
we
to more
want-
places and make more permanent.
Do you guys
Right.
want to be? Do you guys want to actively like take part of the building of the town, like all of the
Yeah.
politics and all of this stuff, or would you just want to say we're coming back in 3 weeks and now it's X years later and everything's done, and we're going to talk about that in between, like during the 2 weeks. Like, we'll talk about it and have it all situated, but when we come back, it's going to be, now Ashton is the king or whatever, and you guys have a title, and this is an asset, and guys can just leave, and it'll be completely, fully operational without you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm up for that, and then we could have whatever random encounters or whatever I don't know how it works for it, building a kingdom.
Yeah,
in
no.
the
So
end.
yeah,
Oh.
I'm just gonna skip the encounters. Like we're not gonna because we're gonna do this in between. How many years
Okay.
do you think it's going to take for this place to be done?
Maybe 3, maybe 4. I'm guessing.
Yeah. What about you, Crucible? How many years do you think it's going to take for you to finish getting this church done and having all the relationships settled and doing the other
Well,
stuff
I
with
was
your church?
I was sort of mentally mapping it out to be a year, just because that's what I thought we were going to be taking. I mean I could think of like ways like to elaborate and like other ways to expand upon it too, but I was just going to establish this town's church and then just sort of get like little temples in the other places. But we could really start like
Yeah.
recruitment efforts and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
We-
So this
I
is going to
might-
be.
I might have a-
done.
After 5 years, I might have a proper tiny little paladin order that I could.
No,
get
yes,
some assistance
yes,
with.
that is what I'm talking about. How many years do you think it's going to take for you to be like done, like finished? Because right now, what's there's nothing to do, right? I mean, there's
Well, I don't
Legion to
think-
worry about. There's
with
things
this
to do.
particular. I don't think there is like a finished, because I'd always want my church to be getting bigger, getting more paladins, and just trying to like survive.
No,
until,
right.
like,
But there's the building, right? There's the building where it's your constant, like you are like putting this,
This-
all you put
This
building the
building,
support.
I'm done in a year. I'm building this building just to like it's going to be grand, it's going to be beautiful, and then but after a year I'll have enough people to operate it. Easy
Yes.
peasy. The
So-
building will be done. If we're getting 5 years, I can do a lot more. Is all I'm saying.
Right. But like, so I'm not talking about just the building. I'm talking about you building what you want for the church. So like completing everything that you want for the church. I mean, obviously there isn't an end, but there is going to be a point where you stop,
What-
struggling
what
and
I-
you start.
What I want is to hunt death.
Right.
That's Crucible's goal. What he's doing and what I'm doing is taking like whatever time we're allotted here to like all I need is the year, like I said, to get the church started. It's like planting a seed right now, and then Crucible is going to stand up and say, "All right, bye," and walk away.
Okay, how
and-
long is it going to take for Crucible to be able to command the church to help him with his search for death? Or are you not going to use the church at all for this?
I wasn't intending to unless I got a particular clue that could be used for that. I mean again, I just sort of want my church to be good and happy and expand. They're more something for me to fall back to create something worth defending, so to speak.
So you don't want. So Crucible has
I mean, I could- I wouldn't mind having a paladin. If we got 5 years, I'll get some paladins going. I'll start using them to handle like small local like peacekeeping efforts. It'll be cool. But there's never gonna be a point where I expect to like light the flare and call in the holy steeds to help me descend upon death.
Right.
That was never on my game plan.
No, and that's not what I'm saying. But okay, I think I got you down. I'll tell you how long you have, and then you will tell me what you want to do in that time. So I think that's what I got to do for you. What about you,
Yeah,
Graves?
that's what I need.
How long?
Like
Like,
a,
because we have nothing. Like, so right now there is no goal, right? There's kill death, but that's maybe not even a goal we want to pursue, except for Crucible.
I mean, I'm definitely down for checking out the major things, because once we've got what we've decided is established, like if we want to make the rounds, like check up on those guys, do some investigations, check up on these, and
I mean
I
that's
guess
stuff
those are the
that
two
you'll
big
have.
ones. Check up on
That you'll have people to do that because y'all are going to be busy building this town, running.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be sending someone to their death if we sent them to check up on the 1T. We might want to scope that one out.
Oh no,
ourselves.
no. I mean, yeah. So that's something that's going to be handled. You don't have to worry about that. Like we don't have to worry about specifics, right? So I'm trying to see how long we need to take to get back to the part where you guys can go out and start doing stuff, and you don't have to worry about all of this structural and governmental and stuff like that. So, what about you, Graves?
what's it for me to do my stuff?
Yeah, because I mean, I think,
Did
like,
you
do you even
sort of
have a
decide
goal?
what do you want to do here?
Expand
Do
my
you want to
network.
build something here?
Right. So
That's
how
what
long
expand
do
my
you
network.
think? So what? Okay. So what do you mean by expand your network?
like gain influence and things. And
Oh, so you're not even going to stay in Death's End then? You're going to be sort of traveling the world.
yes,
Well, yeah, he's our like information network guy.
exactly.
How long do you think it's going to take you to gather the power and the information? That like
Well, at
to
least
be in a
5
good
years.
spot. Okay, so good. So I think we'll just go with like 5 years just to be, because that's a nice round number. We could go with 4 years or 3 years, but what's the difference, right? Is there a difference? Do y'all care?
No, not really. Besides age.
Right. So yeah. So let's give it 5 years. Everybody to get down with that?
I mean, I think that's be enough time to get everything defensive, fighting wise, city, just all good and good.
Yeah. All right. So you go with 5 years, Graves
Yes.
and Crucible.
5 years.
All right. Then next time we meet, we'll be 5 years in the future.
Ah! I'm just going to come back with a big metal mustache. Hello.
A fire mustache.
How did you grow that? Oh.
From the light to Paylor, it's just moving in the wind.
You've seen Endeavor, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
All right. Okay. I will get in touch with you guys. Please do try to respond. And yeah, okay. This sounds fun. When we get back, the town will be built. There won't have been any horrible, like nobody's gonna have attacked the town because I don't want to roleplay that, and y'all don't want to command armies. And for the most part, y'all would just go out and kill anyone who tried.
I mean, a town attack would be a fun little thing to like. We could repel, and exactly, yeah, we'd be there and like, hey, bandits, I know you were thinking you were some hot shit, like scoping up a little town that was upstarting, but
Right, but like, what would that be? That would just be all killing nobodies, goblins and shit. Like, unless the dragons attack.
I think we'd actually try to knock them out and keep them all and turn them into residents of the town.
Oh my god.
I think
All
we'd
right.
Performing.
we'd do it RimWorld style.
Oh, Lord.
Capture and convert. Capture and convert.
Rehabilitation into Death's End.
Rehabilitation. All right. Yeah. All right. I will get with y'all about all of this, and see you in 3 weeks. This is nice. This is nice. I think having this, because now we can actually start using that fucking like system that I tried to put in with the fame and infamy and
Yeah, I was gonna
assets.
ask about that.
Yeah, I mean that's all been in play, but y'all just haven't interacted with it much. Like, I mean, you know, when you go to a town and they're like, "Oh, it's Ashton," part of that is that.
Only so many times you can tell us the infamy's going up.
And you know, I mean, that's kind of like what your sentencing was, right? Like, they didn't try to sentence you to death, even though they that was probably a just, you know, sentence, and they didn't try
I don't
to
think so.
arrest
I
you
would have
for
fought
life.
it.
Exactly. You would have fought it, and they knew that because of the infamy and fame and renown and everything that you guys had.
Chicken shits.
Yeah, it's like they knew about you, and it's like, okay, so they gave you 2 months of 2 weeks of community service because you paid a bunch, and it's like,
Wow.
this is the best we're gonna get out of them, and
Wow,
I'm
it's
gonna be
like
surprised
we're
if they
really
do it.
part of the 1%.
Yeah,
It feels
yeah.
great.
You are. And so, like, if you guys were just nobodies, they would have just been like, yeah, jail. And then y'all guys would have had to break
To
out
be
and
fair,
kill everybody.
nobody's probably wouldn't have been able to kill those guards.
Yeah. All right. That's it for this week. I've got a lot to
Alright.
think of, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, hopefully. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stuff we do in the in-between weeks. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly just going to be talking and deciding things. But when we come back, y'all are going to be kings? What is this? Is this a kingdom?
Well, I don't plan to take. Well, we'll work it out. We'll decide that.
Yeah,
won't we?
we'll decide that.
All right. All right.
Because I mean, let's face it. In terms of like square footage, we're not much more than a barony.
But I mean, you could grow. We have 5 years.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's
Yeah.
subsume the areas around. We come back in 5 years, like half this map is like colored purple for Ashton.
Uh,
All right. All right.
anti-air catapults.
we return to brutal autocrat, dictator Ashton. March. They claim to conceal booze from us. They shall perish.
City, the flying city becomes Arsenal.
Terrible fire war machines provided by the church. And strangely, all the enemy leadership keeps vanishing. That was the greatest reference.
Yes, I could figure that.
Yeah, I wanted to make. I wanted to be.
He
Alright,
wanted to include you.
I like to be inclusive. I think I'm good to go. I'll stop blathering. And thank you very much for the game again, Conrad. And have a good time at Creator Clash.
I
Yeah,
shall. And happy Easter.
Oh yeah, that too.
Easter.
Happy Jesus Day. Yeah, I'm Catholic. I should be less sacrilegious.
I won't say what I am.
I'll not say what I am either.
I mean to leave.
All right, and stream is